past week or two I have been feeling pretty down, and I do suffer from depression and anxiety. So, you know, feeling down isn't anything new to me, but it's still horrible, and I always wish that depression just didn't exist. Depression's a really tough mental illness to overcome, and I've been fighting it for about 4 years now. The last 3 years I kind of slowly gave into it, and then I let it overtake my life. I just didn't have the energy to fight back anymore. Things got pretty severe in that time, and I met a psychiatrist who then said I should probably be on antidepressants. So I've been on antidepressants for over a year now, and I've slowly been getting better, but it's not just because of the antidepressants. I think what people really have to realize about depression is, you know, medications aren't going to help that much, people aren't going to help that much, friends, family. Sure that they might support you, or they might do the exact opposite, but the only real thing that can help you is yourself, and that might sound a bit impossible if you're really deep down in there, which I was, and I did not realize this until a long way into my depression. And what I mean by only you can really help yourself is that you have to want to get better, and you have to try and get better instead of letting the depression nudge you to the side. It might sound tough to do, but small steps are what always help. The past week or two I've been feeling very low, and this is when I've been on my antidepressants for a year. I've had more highs in my life than I have in a long time. And yes, there are still going to be downs and super downs. I just feel really upset and need someone to vent to. I'll turn to my family, mainly my sister. The thing I learned over this long period of time is that you can't keep everything in. Even if it's writing something down on a piece of paper that's really got you down, writing a whole list even, and then burning it or putting it in the bin, just getting it out of your system instead of holding it all in, because holding in everything does affect you physically and mentally and emotionally. My depression isn't only a chemical imbalance, it's also hereditary. So my mother's had and still has depression. It's basically a lifelong battle, and that's the same with my sister and my brother. So our families are pretty pretty special one. But in this past 1 to 2 weeks I've really tried to focus on getting my mood back up, and I found that usually it's people that get my mood really down, and that's why I got so bad the past 2 weeks, is because of people. So I turned off all my social media where I could talk to people. Diet's something you really have to pay attention to, because, you know, the more fattier, the more greasier, the more sugary foods you eat, it's not fueling your body as well as, you know, vegetables and fruits and potatoes are vegetables. And carbs and all that good stuff out there. Diet can really help you mentally as well as physically. And another thing that also helped me is starting to exercise, which I really just don't want to exercise, and I do what I feel comfortable with, but will still get me to the point where my heart rate does rise. I take the bike down to the post office, just trying to get a little bit of fresh air. I've started getting into a normal sleep routine as well, and that has helped me a lot. All these little adjustments do help a lot. So as I said in the beginning, it's really you that makes the difference to this. You gotta want to fight, and you gotta want to be happy, because being happy is absolutely amazing. I mean, I really take the times I feel good for granted, and I'm sure many people do as soon as they hit that low. It's like when you're sick, you take being healthy for granted. You gotta focus on yourself, and you gotta focus on your happiness and your healthiness, because those two things will get you through life. In life, there's always gonna be ups and downs. I mean, everybody knows that. It's never gonna be just good or just alright, or like I thought it would be, just terrible. It's gonna be that up and down. Sometimes you're gonna be up there for a long time and then come straight back down, or that's what happened to me, and I'm just trying to work my way back up. And however long it takes, I'm willing to spend all of that time climbing back up. But I do know that I will get back up there, no matter how long it takes.
Take your time, Mr. Toaster. Take your time.